They introduced polygamy, homosexuality, incest and pedophilia, which are hallmarks of the Anunnaki. Such traits are noted in various cultures, including the ancient Egyptian royalty, and the patriarchs of the Old Testament, who followed the precepts ordered by the Anunnaki. In many senses, we in this technologically advanced age, are slaves to the modern commodities, governments, economic systems, cultures, religions, customs, mores and etc. But most importantly, we are slaves to this virtual reality, blinded by its subtleties and falsehoods and its simulation of the divine realms. The Anunnaki first visited the earth about 500,000 years ago. By then, they had already conquered the Pleiades and Mars and many other worlds. After some trials, the first wave of successful genetic engineering occurred on Earth about 300,000 years ago. The Anunnaki introduced many alien races that they had conquered and implanted them on Earth. They also kidnapped a special race called the race of women and brought them to Earth. This race of women suffered greatly under the suppression and abuse of the Anunnaki. Various alien races from other worlds were brought to Earth to be used as slaves by the Anunnaki elite. They also kidnapped aliens from other worlds and brought them here as slaves. Some were sold for hard labor, some for sex, some for soldiering and etc. Through genetic engineering, women were made physically inferior to men in stature, strength and speed. Even in occupations where strength and speed are irrelevant, such as in the clergy, law, medicine, politics, commerce, science, etc., women are greatly disadvantaged and obstructed from participating even up to this day. This shows the extent of the chauvinistic influence of the Anunnaki. And apart from genetic engineering on humans, there was also similar work carried out on various species, including the birds, reptiles, fish, beasts and plants. The Anunnaki also practiced bestiality. They created monstrosities, some of which are legendary, some were half animal, half human, and others were half bird or half fish and half human. The Genesis story was created and recorded by the civilization that was restarted by the Anunnaki. The Sumerians were amongst the earliest ones to possess recordings on tablets describing the history of the Anunnaki on Earth, which was in accordance to what the Anunnaki dictated. About 35,000 years ago, the Cro-Magnon man took over the Earth from the Neanderthal man. The Anunnaki elite murdered the entire Neanderthal population after they had finished using the Neanderthals as specimens for genetic experiments. Homo sapiens were the result of the second wave of genetic engineering. This second wave allowed the Homo sapiens to procreate with the civilian Anunnaki. As time went by, things got out of control, with monstrosities abounding and many half-human half-beasts were running amok. In the heyday of Atlantis, there was space travel for the privileged classes. Teleportation was also common in those days for the privileged classes. As the Atlantean slaves became more and more advanced, they began to disobey their gods, the Anunnaki elite. This concerned their masters. Thursday, a decision was made by them to destroy Atlantis. Some of the Anunnaki elite and their chosen attendants fled the Earth in huge spacecrafts and went to other planets, such as Mars, and even to other systems. Most of the Anunnaki were left behind. Upon fleeing the Earth, the Anunnaki elite blew up Atlantis and destroyed it, hoping to kill all of the remaining Anunnaki and the rest of the inhabitants. However, some of the Anunnaki slaves discovered the plans of the Anunnaki elite to destroy Atlantis. Some of these slaves were able to escape before the destruction, taking with them some of the knowledge, artifacts, technology, writings, weapons and culture of Atlantis to various parts of the Earth. Another reason the Anunnaki elite decided to blow up Atlantis was because they were under extreme pressure from the investigation of the Attas, the amoebic rescuers of the light who are like space patrol.